afternoon, everybody. On behalf of our Delaware Humane Association staff and our board of directors and volunteers and all the animals we serve, welcome to DHA, to our campus. How many of you have been here before? Yeah, many of you. But if you haven't, we've only been in this new building for about 2.5 years, so definitely take time to walk through and say hello to the animals and just to explore our adoption center. We're very happy to be here and to host. The positive impact that this House Bill 13 has made on animals for us is we see that every day, because this is the place where people used to register their pit bulls or pit bull mixes as part of the adoption process or just part of owning a pit bull breed. And that ban was lifted a couple of years ago, which was a really great thing. We've seen a definite positive impact on dog adoption because of that. It's changed the conversation at our front desk and in our adoption center, because really it's just treated every dog equally and takes down that wall. So we've seen an increase in adoption rates. We've seen an increase in openness to adopting a shelter dog or a mixed breed. And in the end, more animals have found great homes and more families have made friends for life, as we would say here. So it's really been good for us. I definitely want to thank our colleagues that are here and recognize them from the other shelters. Walter from the Brandywine Valley SPCA is here to represent them. We work with them closely. And Faithful Friends Animal Society as well was involved with this. I'm not sure that they're here, but they are. Hello. And also the Office of Animal Welfare. Patty Blevins is here and her staff, so welcome.
Thank you.
And again, we just really think that this is a great thing for all of us to support, and we're excited to be here today. And it's my job to introduce Representative Charles Potter, who's been a great friend to DHA and supporter, and he's also our representative. So here you are.
Well,
Thank
I'm glad
you.
to be here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm glad everybody's out here, but instead of clapping, can we get everybody to bark? No, I really want to thank Deb Hamilton for bringing this bill, along with Lise Goodman, and my good friend Nick the Hat. We call him number 42. It kept pushing me and said, you got to do this, you got to do this. So I'm going to also, the elected officials here, we had the Honorable Sam Guy, we had City Council President Hanifa Shabazz, of course, we had the Honorable Governor, we have former Senator Patty Blevins, and who's now with the Office of Animal Welfare. We have the deputy, which is Chris Motoyoshi. Oh, wow. Okay. And of course, I can't go without introducing my lovely wife, Velda Jones Potter, who puts up with me, who's the city treasurer.
Good to have you, brother.
Mm-hmm. You know, when we did this House Bill 13, it's been 2 years in the coming. It's been a long time coming, but we finally got there. And we just believed a dog should be evaluated based on its own behavior and not just a breed. And we know that the owner has a lot to do with that as well. The governor and I have been dogged out many times, haven't we, Governor? I'm not trying to become a comedian, but yes, we've been dogged out, but but this is great. This gives each municipality a chance to, look at their laws, and we make sure in this bill that all dogs should be leashed, and that's very important. So without any further ado, I want to thank each and every one of you, and I think this is going to go a long ways. And I'm going to be introducing Council President Hanifa Shabazz.
Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of Wilmington City Council, I am pleased to be here in show of support of this reasonable, enforceable, and non-discriminatory legislation. 2 years ago, I sponsored legislation in the city of Wilmington to establish a fair process by which specific dogs are identified as dangerous based on stated, measurable actions and not the breed of the dog, imposed inappropriate penalties on irresponsible owners, and established a well-defined method for dealing with dogs proven to be dangerous. The goal then and now was to align city law with state law to require animal owners to follow the same strict procedures for the care, treatment, control, and licensing of animals. More specifically, we eliminated discriminatory and ineffective animal control practices toward pit bulls, and their owners to ensure equitable treatment and enforcement regardless of the breed. I applaud Representative Potter for his leadership on this issue at the state level and everyone that had something to do with this today. Thank you very much.
Hi there, my name is Lee Greenwood. I'm a legislative attorney with Best Friends Animal Society. This is a really great day for Delaware's dogs and for the responsible dog owners that love them. Today the state becomes the 21st to reject breed discrimination and to stand up for the rights of people who love whatever kind of dog that they choose. You know, we started this process years ago, as Council President said, with the city of Wilmington. And with the help of many of the advocates that are here today and who helped get HB 13 to today's signing, we were able to help Wilmington pass a comprehensive breed-neutral dog ordinance that has really become a model for the rest of the country. And I work all throughout the country, and I can tell you that we use the Wilmington ordinance every single day helping municipalities across this country, so thank you. That effort would not have been possible without the tireless work of Council President Hanifa Shabazz, who was an early and consistent champion for her city's dogs and for the responsible dog owners that lived in her city. When we brought this effort to Dover, we had two fantastic sponsors that made today possible. Thank you, Representative Potter, for all that you've done, and to Senator Sokola for all of your efforts and your advocacy. And finally, none of this would have been possible without the unending support of the administration and the Office of Animal Welfare. Thank you to all three of you. Patty and Chris and your entire team, you guys have been amazing and consistent advocates for this bill and to stand up for the rights of responsible dog owners and dogs throughout the state. So thank you for that. Governor Carney and all the amazing Delawareans that made today possible. This is, as I said, a really exciting day, and thank you so much for your effort and for your signature today. And then finally, I just wanted to add, we have these amazing pens. Yeah. Best Friends has these amazing pens to fight breed discrimination, and you can't go down to Dover, without seeing these in legislators' offices. And the best part of my job is days like today, where we have 20 states on here that are in orange, and we get to throw all of these pens away and start again with 21 because of today's effort. So thank you, Governor. Thank you for that.
Well, thank you very much. It's great to see everybody here. This is my first visit to your new facility, Pat. My youngest son, Jimmy, used to come down here every Sunday to the old facility to visit the cats. And one Sunday afternoon, I got a call from my wife, Tracy, and she said, John, you have to come down here to the Humane Society. And I said, I do. She said, yeah. She said, Jim and I want to show you something. So I came down here and I walked in the back, and my little 4 or 5-year-old Jim, about this tall at the time, was sitting there, and he had a little puppy dog on his lap like this. And, well, you know the rest of the story. So our dog Kinsey has been with us for probably 12 or 13 years now. It started out on that beautiful Sunday. And this facility is incredible. I want to thank all the animal rights folks and advocates that were here today that supported this legislation. I can tell you that dangerous dogs can't be identified by breed. I'm an old paper boy, and I had a route in Claymont, and I got bit by more than one dog. And the worst bite that I ever got was with a little poodle, which is about this tall, off the ground. And in those days, you had to collect the money for the paper, right? They don't do that now. You send the money in and what have you. So I knocked on the door, and I always used to have my foot on the door because the dog, you never know, they come in. This dog jumped on the door. I didn't have my foot on it. The door opened. The little dog jumped out, and he came up and bit me right in the hand. And I had to shake him off. It's proof that you don't have to be a pit bull or any otherwise mostly known as a dangerous dog to do dangerous things. It's mostly, as somebody alluded to, the actions of the owner. So I'm delighted to be here to be part of this, to sign the legislation. I want to thank Representative Potter, Senator Sokola, who's not here, former Senator Blevins, and your work in the Office of Animal Welfare. I also want to recognize our Secretary of Health and Social Services, all decked out in her running gear today, ready to go. So whenever it's time to sign the legislation, I'm ready. Thank you all for coming. There we go.
All right.